everyone. For today, I will be reporting about language experience method. So, language experience method is a teaching approach used primarily to develop literacy skills, especially in young children or beginning readers. So, in language experience method, children will be able to learn about reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So it integrates personal experience with reading and writing, making learning more meaningful and relevant to the learner. So in language experience methods, students take turns dictating a story about their life experiences to the teacher who writes it down in the target language. So basically in language experience method, it starts with the teacher as the initiator. So the teacher will encourage the student to share a personal experience. So kapag share na ng personal experience yung student, i-write down naman ito ng teacher in the target language, which is the use of English language. So the goal, to integrate listening, reading, and writing skills development with the existing language of students. So, sa pamamagitan ng language experience method, nagagamit ng students yung listening. So, kapag nag-share ng personal experience yung ibang bata, and then reading. Kapag nag-share ng experience yung bata and yung writing skills. So, the key steps in the language experience method. So, first, the shared experience. So the student engages in an activity or shares a personal experience such as a trip, story, or event. So merong collaboration in which i-encourage ng teacher yung student na mag-share ng ideas. And then yung ibang students naman ay makikinig. And then the storytelling. The student then talks about the experience while the teacher transcribes the student's exact words in written form. The third step, reading together. Once the story is written down, the teacher and student read it together using it as a reading practice. So in language experience method, merong the use of scaffolding. So the teacher will use the scaffolding method in which provide ang teacher na gradual support sa learners. So through reading the story, so ipapacilitate ng teacher habang sila ay nagbabasa ng students. So ipapalik niya yung grammar, pronunciation, and reading skills. So independent reading. So kapag na-master na ng bata yung text, iaalis na ng teacher yung support or yung scaffolding. Magiging independent reader na yung bata. So the student reads the story while the teacher observes. And then writing. So over time, students are encouraged to write their own stories, fostering independent writing skills. So the characteristics. First, instruction is built on the use of reading materials created by writing the student's spoken language. So, yung reading materials is yung mismong personal experience ng student. So, magagawa itong reading material during the dictation process. There is no built-in scope and sequence of skills or vocabulary control. Skills and vocabulary are learned as they arise during dictation. So, the learners will be able to learn some skills and vocabulary throughout the dictation process. So the role of a teacher here is to assess and keep an eye on students' progress. So i-monitor niya yung progress ng isang bata, yung mga na-develop na skills, as well as yung vocabulary, yung newly acquired words na nalilearn ng isang bata. And then the student's spoken language is relied upon more than the strict adherence to standard English is the only form of acceptable language. So the student's spoken language, kapag in-encourage mo yung isang bata If yung bata is hindi gaano fluent sa English, so possibly yung sasagot niya is in a Bisaya language. So you as a teacher, your role is to transcribe that language into English in order for the student to have this development in the English language. The next is emphasis on familiar words such as those that appear on label signs and televisions. So so in this method, we should use familiar words, especially if beginning readers pa yung bata, especially if maliliit pa yung bata. So you should use familiar words and you should refrain from using difficult words, even though it is good naman, but you should use that if meron lang development. So there should be a gradual increase or gradual development. The next is, this is an integrated and individualized method in which the student progress at their own rate. So this is an individualized method. So basically, meron kang students, so isa-isa silang per percent. So this is an individualized method. And students progress at their own rate. So yung progress ng isang bata ay malalaman natin sa kanilang performance. So there is early fostering of the students' interdependence and self-directed learning. Also, this method fosters self-directed learning because the students are encouraged to write their own story, especially if nag-i-improve na sila. So you as a teacher, ang gagawin mo lang is mag-monitor at mag-facilitate ng kanilang ginawang story. So the benefits of the language experience method. First is personalized learning. The second is connection to oral language. Promotes comprehension and encourages creativity. So this language experience method is somehow crucial for teachers in order for them to help the students better learn at their own pace, as well as develop some literacy skills such as reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So that would be all.